In our most recent episode, we carried out the safety inspection of this nearly 50-year-old GMC RV, the Vendura. Now that that's out of the way, we're getting on to the part that I know most of you have been just dying to see. This is it, guys, the last day as an RV. That camper comes off today. Some of you guys are probably expecting it because I've alluded to it on my Facebook, which you should be following my Instagram and Facebook pages. But Dad and I are here today. Dad's behind the camera and we have a big project and we could find some surprises. So this is a little bit of a daunting part just because of the workload, but also it's hard to see what exactly is under all of that before all of that is removed. So we're in for a really exciting video. Still sipping your coffee?
Hey.
Still sipping your coffee?
Yep.
I drizzled some of mine in the car coming up that big hill to keep her going. All jokes aside, the Vendura ran fantastic coming across then. Really, really good. I bet she's going to be really happy to have all that weight off her back.
Anyone home? Kid along? Yeah.
It's the last one.
Yep.
That was our last hurrah.
Did you bring your big impacts and everything?
Oh yes.
Socket sets and...
Yep.
Alright.
But I said ultimately I could just cut them right off along there with the bandsaw.
Oh, okay.
We have the big, you can see this is where the dining table seats were. So there's the big steel brackets bolted right down through to the chassis or the frame, I guess.
When we had her up the other day on the hoist,
yeah,
you could see them bolts right out nice and clear though.
Did you?
Yeah.
I never even thought to check.
I did, yeah.
I never brought a coat though, and I forgot that it would be a little more cool driving home than,
I'll give you mine.
than the ride down. Here. Hey? The little ones. She cut them? Right through the lot. Is that the best you ever seen?
Yeah.
Let's keep the wires, eh? That big one there. So before we get into any big smashing and cutting and demolition work, we got to remember all the taillights are on the back of this house, all the lighting back here. So we got to make sure we got our wires in order, just make sure that we don't cut it and tear it all off so it tears off from the front. Want to do a neat job. Now it's color coded, so it's not as big a deal with labeling, but we definitely want to make sure we don't tear it. There's also a lot of good wiring. I mean, there's enough wiring here that we wouldn't need to run all new wiring back for the taillights.
Your greenhouse, was it?
Yeah. Have you ever seen anyone do plumbing that bad? Huh?
No.
Look at that. I wonder if I should keep that for when I does her exhaust. The brown is, the wheat is always ground, isn't it?
Yes.
The brown must be break because you only need one because they both does the same thing, right?
Yeah. You hold on to the end of the big red one and I'll turn the key on and see what strong it was before.
You done that to me one time before. I remember one time when I was a little kid, wasn't very old. I had a little Bravo, a little Enticer, a snowmobile. I come back and wasn't running right. Dad was up in the patio door. He said, must be a plug gone. I says, okay, how do we know? Well, he said, she's running there. He said, pull the plug cap off. And I was so wet close. He knew what would happen. I didn't know. I never pulled a plug cap off before we run a machine. Man, I got a zap from that one. Of course, that's connected directly to a small coil. It's not high voltage, but enough that you know what's going on. Took a few extra minutes, but now we got all of our wiring. We don't have to buy all new wiring because nothing I heard about this stuff. Oh yeah. You're not going to throw that away?
No, man.
Here's the beauty of the battery powered tools, guys. We get to be down here with no power, and I think that one will do it. And we can run for a long time. We got all my battery packs. Dad charges up his. He's got his here. We should be good to go for a long time. So the strategy first, all the glass in the house on this thing is really good. It's working glass. Really nice to use for projects like a greenhouse or a chicken coop or any little project. You need vents in a shed or something. You see over here we have, you know, all perfect glass. Very nicely operating sealed glass. So we're going to save that. Now they're all done with all little tiny bolts outside. It would take forever to properly take these out. What we're going to do is just snip around rough, throw them in the truck, and we'll deal with that on the workbench some other day. That's a project for another time.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Here's where we throw a wrench in the project. What you didn't know is we're actually turning this into a food truck. This is a chip van, already health and safety inspected. We just had to put in the wicket here. Looks like we already got our first customer, a hobo man living here in the park. This is so that we can access more customers at one time. So we can have a line at the side of the vehicle, a line at the rear.
Can you get me a coffee there, please?
Sure.
Thank you very much.
Okay guys, we got our windows out. Now it's time to start taking the shelter off. We didn't get every window. It's taking a little longer than we thought, and we really only wanted the opening windows. So, gonna start hauling this house off. Hopefully it goes quickly and smoothly. We want to do this very slow and controlled. Don't scratch my paint. Here we go. Well. Hey? Well, I guess it's all the strength is up, right?
Yep. Get as low as you can.
Okay. That's all I was holding her up.
That's it.
Yeah, there we go.
Hold on now.
Go. Be free. Well guys, that was a big step, taking that whole wall off. It is definitely harder work than both Dad and I were expecting. Everything is just held together with glue and roof pitch from the leaks that were on the roof, and just a mess. The DeWalt reciprocating saw is definitely putting in the work today. Gonna need some muscle here now.
Huh?
Gonna need some muscle here now.
Not so bad. The only thing now it's starting to.
Where are you?
It's coming out.
What I was afraid of was happening. What I was afraid of happening. Whoa! Okay, don't move nothing.
No.
Let me get out of there.
All right.
Because that's going to wake me with it now.
That's perfect right there like that. You get on the other side with piece 2x4, me on this side, and we'll.
Yep, try not to let nothing move.
No, I got me. You're good. You're good. Don't worry. Boy, I'm going to go shaking the machine. Oh, look out! Look out!
You alright?
I told you not to go shake the machine.
You alright?
Oh, yes, I'm perfect.
Hold on. My seat is in the way. Let me get out of here.
Huh?
Let me get out of here before I lose my life.
Well, I got something better to do. No. Here, maybe you can take it out that way and do it. Okay. Okay. One more. Okay, now.
Giving her?
Yeah. I hope that was on camera.
Wait, that's some weight.
Better believe there's some weight. There she is.
Well, here we are sort of seeing her for the first time as a flatbed. Doesn't that look good? Maybe some of you will disagree. I think that's awesome. Of course, there's a lot of work. There's probably a lot I'll do, little bits, all the little stuff I'll pick off up home because it'll take a lot of time. But this is the big bulk of what we needed to get done today. Of course, we still have some things to address. Some of you might be wondering, right here, Class C's, this is how the roofs were cut away. Some of you might be wondering, how on earth are we going to close in this cab, close in this roof? Well, Dad and I already got to work on a solution for that. We have just the right parts we need, so you guys are going to go watch that right now. When Dad was plowing snow this winter, he noticed this old Vandura sitting out back of someone's property. I got on the line, made some calls, and we have acquired it, hoping it will be the perfect donor vehicle. First one taken there. Driver's side front took here. Let's really hope, as long as we can get the front ones up. Let's hope this one will take some air. Oh, come on, baby. This one is lifting.
Yeah.
This front one is lifting.
Let's see what he got.
Oh yeah. You don't need an elastic in New Brunswick. Back that one up. I'll wait for it. Let's see. She's taking it. She's not off the rim. Looks like a bulge on it there, look.
Yeah.
She was squished sideways, I guess.
Hopefully we don't have a blowout going up the road.
There she is. Neutral.
How many toe straps you got? Oh, he'll do it.
The big straps in it.
Oh, he'll do it. You got no worries.
I got lots. Maybe I have 10 feet or so.
Now if you give her a pluck.
Not gonna happen, eh? Well, gosh, you won't seem to budge off the spot. It's been sitting here good, I don't know how long, maybe, wouldn't even know where to stab. 15 years, 20 years, not sure, but I'm guessing brakes and everything are all seized up. Doesn't want to move off the spot. I mentioned earlier their dad is a snowplow operator, so we have a backup plan. Not much to hook on there. She's pretty she's rolling. What do I get myself into? Best rides I've had. Luckily the pavement's wet, so we're not leaving any black marks, but she's dragging tires. One back one. All doors are coming open. Close up some doors here. We're losing stuff. We're pulling a sideways drift now. We're fishtailing up the road. Hey, 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 hey! Whoa! Something's going on under this thing. I think the drivetrain is not in tip-top shape right now. Woo! I think we're gonna pull the chassis right out from under her. Parts! Parts! We have a whole cab full of sheet metal. We have a whole roof to go in it. A back to go in, hopefully. Mr. Plowman is plowing snow as he's going here. Luckily we have a local here with a piece of land who was kind enough to let me bring it up here while I scrap it. on the strap. So even though we're pretty rotted down here along the bottom, the only bad spot seemingly on the body panels of the RV, the 3500, are the two front quarters. We have some rust here, but for some strange reason, that is about the only two parts on this machine that are mint. These fenders are like new, no rust, no peel, no scaling, nothing. So we'll switch over those panels to mine. Of course, we have to put a back in my cab. That has to be all custom made because they were just, the ones for the Class C RV were just cut straight down. We have nothing there to go with. My hope is to cut out these upper corners, use as much of that as I can for the back of mine. The bottom of this is, that seems a little more solid over there. Might be able to use a little bit of that, but maybe have to order in some bottom cab corners. And then as for the back, these doors are pretty bad, but maybe we'll be able to put them in the back of the flatbed, or maybe we'll weld it all in solid with sheet metal, of which we have all kinds of it here because this is a panel van and all this upper part is nice, solid, good shaped steel. You can see we also have that giant sheet metal roof where mine cuts off right around here with that big inlet cut C. So I'm hoping to straight cut that across and we'll make a roof out of it. So that is it for another episode. I hope you really enjoyed it. I have been thoroughly enjoying sharing this project with you guys. This one has been unlike any other. The amount of feedback you guys have provided, the number of likes and shares, the comments, the help that you've given with this project is by far outweighing any series I've done before. And I've just really been enjoying it. If you could go ahead and hit that like button. If it's your first time here, if you'd hit the subscribe button. Leave a comment. Those types of things really help drive attention to the channel. And I would really appreciate that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope to see you in the rest of the series.